walking around the traffic.
I'm not.
Sounds like Abu Maymoon.
No, no, not me. I'm not in the traffic.
The wind. Is the wind blowing in your mic, maybe?
Yeah, it's the fan.
Yakallah. You make the
Yeah.
class. You make the class live. You make it feel like it's real. MashaAllah. That's the reality of this of virtual learning, right? Is that wherever you might be, you've got no excuse.
Exactly.
You're a good example for us, Abu Maymoon.
Huh?
You are a good example for us.
Yeah.
Abu Maimun, and we are blown away by you.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Abu Maymoon makes us feel shy because it shows us that wherever you are, whatever you might be doing, you can still take your class online.
Yep.
اللهم بارك فيه بارك الله فيك
People better go on.
جزاكم الله خيرا كلكم. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه أما بعد. فالحمد لله, we reached الدرس الرابع والعشرون, if I'm not mistaken, and in this lesson we were revising the numbers al-adad wal-ma'dud. Let's very quickly take a whiteboard and say that we have two things when you are dealing with al-adad and al-ma'dud. You have the number, you're dealing with numbers, you have two things. You have one which is called the adad. Okay, it's interesting color that's automatically come up. And you have al-ma'dud. I'm not into stereotypes, so the color doesn't bother me. Okay, al-adadu wal-ma'dud. All right, we have these two things. Now, what is the adad and what is the ma'dud? The adad is the number. So let's say, for example, ثلاث. This is a number. And we could also have ثلاثة. It's also a number. Okay. ثلاث. عفوا. ثلاث and ثلاثة. This is the adad. Okay. ثلاثة, أربعة, خمسة. These are all numbers. Okay. And if we want to talk about the numbers, we could put them into groups and categories, which we will do on the next page. Before going to the next page and talking about how numbers differ from each other, the ma'dud literally refers to the thing which is being counted or being referred to. So, for example, baqaratun, baqaratun. This is the ma'dud. Okay. For example, طلاب. This is a ma'dud. Ma'dud is a word which basically means the thing which is being counted. Okay. Now, in these, in the example that I've just given you, I've not connected the adad and the ma'dud together. No, I haven't. I just gave you an example of what the adad looks like. I gave you an example of what the ma'dud also might look like. And there's no relationship between these two right now. But the thing is, there are different ways of building a relationship between the adad and the ma'dud. There are different ways of building this relationship. Okay. I can take you to the next page. And the relationship, it differs according to the situation, according to the adad. In actual fact, sometimes the relationship differs according to the adad itself. And other times the relationship differs according to the ma'dud itself. Let's talk firstly about al-adad. I'm doing this because we've been away for a while now, and the numbers, I know it's somewhat tricky. And we just, we kind of like dived into it last class and started going through, and I realized that there were a lot of numbers to deal with and a lot of rules. Let's speak about the adad in some detail. Okay, if the adad is 1 or 2, then it follows a rule different to if the adad was from 3 to 9. Afwan, I should say 3 to 10. Okay? So we have a rule for 1 and 2. We also have another rule, different one, for 3 to 10. And now we have the numbers 11 to 99. Now these, they also have their own rules. The tricky thing with 11 to 99 is that 11 to 99 itself goes into, we could say, 4 categories. And I'm going to take 11 to 99 separately on the next page. We also have 100. And we also have 1,000. Okay? In actual fact, 100 and 1,000, they both follow the same rule. One hundred wa 1,000. Mi'atun wa aidan alf. Okay. I suppose we should be speaking about these rather than me just jumping to 11 to 99 in isolation. We should deal with all of these a bit at a time. تفضل أخي.
We said so 100 to 1,000 follow the both things. Follow the both.
100 and 1,000.
Okay, 100 and 1,000.
Yeah, not 100
okay.
to 1,000. No,
okay.
100 and 1,000. Okay.
Thank you.
جيد. So let's talk about 1 and 2. One and 2. So what is the Arabic for 1? It's واحد. What's the Arabic for 2?
اثنان.
Yes, أحسنت. اثنان. اثنان. واحد and اثنان. Okay. In actual fact, I've written them in the wrong place. I don't think I can drag them across. Select. Does it work if I select? Wow. Oh, amazing. It works. So I'll put it there because in the case of واحد واثنان واحد واثنان by the way واحد and اثنان, is this adad or is it ma'dud?
It's adad.
It's adad. بارك الله فيك. Is everyone agreed with that? These are واحد and اثنان. This is adad. Okay, so now we need to bring in what are they counting with the ma'dud? So if we say, for example, 1 book, then in the case of 1 and 2, the ma'dud comes before the adad. And you say kitabun with a tanween, wahidun with a tanween. And that means one book. And if you say, for example, ithnani, you will say, for example, kitabani, ithnani, kitabani, ithnani. And in the case of kitabani, ithnani, you don't have to say ithnani. You don't actually have to. But if you wanted to, you could. It's optional to say it. And it basically means two books. But if you said kitabani, already because of this alif and noon, we know that this refers to al-muthanna, which is two. But what's important for me to say with regards to numbers 1 and 2 is that the ma'dud comes before the adad. Is that clear? Also, you will notice how the ma'dud, it stays in its original form with the tanween, as does the adad. Okay. Let's go back to the previous page and look at the next set of numbers. Here we have 3 to 10. Let's deal with 3 to 10. Three all the way till 10. What is the relationship that the adad and the ma'dud has with regards to these numbers? Let me just get rid of the buzzing sound that keeps coming through. Where is it? 3 to 10. So in the case of ثلاثة إلى عشرة, oh, hold on, I forgot to mention something here. What did I forget to mention? That the ma'dud, it might be mu'annath. Give me an example, please. Example of mu'annath ma'dud.
مدرسة.
Ahsant. Madrasatun. Okay, so you can say, so you will say for 1, what would you say?
Madrasatun wahidatun. Sorry, my voice is not clear.
No problem.
I'm
It's
having-
clear enough, inshallah. Barakallahu fiqh wa shafakallah. Madrasatun wahidatun.
No.
So what would you say now from your knowledge of Arabic and what you studied so far? What would you say is the relationship between the adad and the ma'dud?
It will be
Is it
same
mudaf?
either.
Is it
either
mudaf mudafun ilayhi?
Not
What is it?
manut.
Barakallahu fiqh. It's na'at wa man'ut. The
Man'ut.
number, in this case, the number is describing the counted object. Okay, and that's the reason why kitabun is masculine mudhakkar, and the number adad is also mudhakkar. Kitabani, kitab, in the same the word kitab originally is in the singular form, it's a masculine object. So you say ithnani. Whereas madrasatun is mu'annath, is feminine, so you will say wahidatun, as you would say mu'annath with mu'annath in na'at and man'ut. And if we were to make this into dual, which is muthanna, don't get mixed up with the word muthanna, which means ithnan, two, and mu'annath, which means feminine. So we have, what's the muthanna of madrasatun?
Madrasatani.
Barakallahu fiqh. Madrasatani. And what would you say here?
Ithnatani.
MashaAllah.
Ithnatani.
ithnatani. Barakallah fik. Is that okay, Ilyas? Was it Ilyas earlier talking? With the young voice?
Yes.
Okay. So is that clear with you, Ilyas?
Yes.
Madrasatani, ithnatani. All right. And that basically, ithnatani is the feminine version. Over here you have ithnani, which is the masculine version. Because here kitab is mudhakkar. This is mudhakkar, which means masculine. Mudhakkar, that's a big ra. Okay. And here we have mu'annath, feminine. Okay, mu'annath. Going back to where we were, 3 to 10. We have an adad and we have ma'dud. The relationship between al-adad and ma'dud when it comes to 3 to 10, number one, you have to remember, in this case, the adad will come first. And then the ma'dud will come second. You have to remember that the adad is mudaf and the ma'dud is mudafun ilayhi. That's your first rule. The first rule is the relationship is mudaf wa mudafun ilayhi. Whereas in the previous one, what did we say? The relationship was na'atun wa man'utun. Na'atun wa man'utun. Okay, here the relationship is mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. جيد. So al-adad, let's say, because we start with 3, so we can take any number from 3 till 10. Okay, we have to remember that it is going to be mudaf, but we have a choice. We can say, and you know the rule of mudaf, it only takes one dhamma, it does not take alif or lam. Correct? So let's say, for example, arba'a. You can say arba'u. You can also say arba'atu. It's mudaf. So that's why it only has one dhamma. Now, I said you have a choice. You can say arba'u or arba'atu. Both of them mean 4. But in actual fact, the ma'dud is going to determine which of the numbers goes with it. Now, what's the rule of 3 to 10 when it comes to the adad and the ma'dud? With regards to masculine and feminine.
It's
يخالف.
ox.
Aywa Abu Hassan, aks. Aks means opposite. And Saqib said, yukhalif. So basically, if the ma'dud is mudhakkar, then the adad is mu'annath. The number is opposite to the counted object. The number is opposite to the counted object. Khalas? So, if we, let's say, for example, sayyarat. Okay? Is sayyarat going to go with arba'u or is it going to go with arba'atu?
With arba'u.
Arba'u. Akhi Ustad Bilal, if you don't feel forced to speak, Allah give you shifa.
نعم بارك الله فيك يا شيخ.
لا بأس عليك طهورا إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
Yeah.
نعم.
Just take it easy. Inshallah, you can, answer in your mind. That's totally fine. Just don't feel obliged. So it's going to be arba'u because sayyara. This word in the singular form is mu'annath. It's a feminine word. So it's going to go with the mudhakkar adad. adad that has no ta marbuta. And because it's mudafun ilayhi, it takes kasra. There's no alif lam, so it takes kasratain. Arba'u sayyaratin. Arba'u sayyaratin. Give me a ma'dud, somebody please, for mudhakkar.
أقلام أقلام
Aqlamin. Barakallahu fik. Aqlamin, but you'll say, هذه أقلام. Is that not mu'annath?
Yes, it is muannas.
But I want a mudhakkar example.
But it was kalam is مذكر.
Barakallahu fik. You passed the trick question.
جزاك الله خير.
This, we're not talking about the word aqlam. We're talking about the word qalam. In the singular form, is it mudhakkar or is it mu'annath? So even though any object in its plural form, which is not human, is going to be with mu'annath, hadihi. But I'm talking about, we're referring to the singular object. Is it mudhakkar or mu'annath? So arba'atu, Abu Hassan is correct, totally correct to give the example of aqlam. Arba'atu aqlamin. Why? Because aqlam is the plural of qalam. And qalam, do you say hadha qalamun or do you say hadihi qalamun? For sure, you're going to say
هذا كلام.
hadha qalamun. You say hadha qalamun. So it's mudhakkar. So therefore, the adad is going to be with ta marbuta. It's going to be mu'annath. Arba'atu aqlamin. So from 3 all the way to 10, the relationship is mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. Khalas? Jayid. Now let's go to our, mashallah, tabarakallah, big topic. 11 to 99. 11 to 99 is special. Because we have approximately 4 different rules to think about. Number 1, 11 and 12. These go together. 13 to 19. These go together. 20 Afwan. I'm going to undo everything that I just said. 11, let's start. 11 to 99. So the rule number 1, 12 has its own special rule. That's the first thing. The second thing, 11 and what? 13 to 19 have their own rule. And then Ishrun all the way to Tis'a wa Tis'un have their own rule.
So 20, right, to 99?
Sorry?
20 to 99?
Okay, now your voice is muffled, Akhi Abu Maymun. Again, please.
20 to 99?
20, hold on. In actual fact, it's not 20 to 99. I've just realized it's 20 and 30, 40, and so on and so forth, the tens. These are called the uqud. Okay? And then you have 21, 31, 41, 56, those types of numbers. Yeah? 68. Okay? They have their own rules. So how many groups do we have here? We have 4 groups. 4 groups for rules. Now the interesting thing is, in all of these, why is 11 and 99 all together in this one page? Because the ma'dood, which will always come second in this case, all right, is always going to be mufradun mansubun nakiratun, meaning it's always going to be tamyiz. It's always going to be tamyiz. That's basically the name for that word when it is singular and it has two fathas on it and no alif or lam. It's called tamyiz. Okay? And the interesting word, because in different languages it means different things. In one language it means good behavior. And there's also Afghani bread, which sounds like tamiz, but it's actually with a sin, I think, at the end, tamiz. But anyway, jokes aside. Al-Ma'dood, the reason why 11 and 99 is all together over here is because the Ma'dood, they are all tamyiz. They're all tamyiz. Okay. I think I've put the word Ma'dood a bit too low because number 12 is going to get in the way. Let's raise this. I've just discovered this new tool of select, having fun with it. Move all of this stuff. Oops. Okay. All right. I think that's what you call epic fail. There you go. Jayid. So let's now talk about al-adad and ma'dood when it comes to these things. Look at these numbers now. What you have to remember is this group here. See, talking about this 11 to 99 is somewhat tricky because already we have 4 categories. And these 4 categories these 4 categories, they also go into further groups. So these first 2 groups here, okay, they are made up of juz'ain or juz'an, 2 parts. Okay, so you have, for example, if I was to write it down, you have ahada ashara, and you have ahada ashara, and you also have ثلاثة عشرة أربعة عشرة. Here you have these numbers from 11 all the way to 19. They're made up of 2 parts. One part is this number here, and the second part is this number here. Even 12, it has the same. Even 12 has ithna, use that same color, green maybe, or maybe use this pink is okay. Ithna ashara. Okay. It also has 2 parts, which is known as juz'ain, 2 parts. What you have to remember is, now we're speaking about this group here. From 11 to 19, we're grouping them together again. That ashara, the end, is always going to have a fatha. It's mabniyun alal fatha. The word ashara is mabniyun alal fatha. Khalas, is that clear?
Mhm.
And when you come to 11 to 19, then these are also mabniyun alal fatha. In actual fact, 11 to 19 except 12, without 12, we call it mabniyun ala fath al-juz'aini. مبني على فتح الجزئين. That means both sides of the number, they have a fatha and it's fixed. Okay? Is that clear?
Yeah.
جيد. Things are about to get slightly more complicated with these numbers, 11 to 19, is because al-adad, which comes before the ma'dud, al-adad yukhalifu al-ma'dud. Al-adad yukhalifu al-ma'dud. So you will say take it to a new page over here. We have the number 13. And we said that the ma'dud is tamyiz, so it's singular without alif lam, and it's
Mufrad.
Singular with mufrad, and nakira
Mansub.
without alif lam, and it's mansub. So the
Mansub.
ma'dud, for example, is going to be kitaban. Kitaban. That's your ma'dud. So how do you write the adad? This is mudhakkar. So you will say ثلاثة عشر كتابا. You will notice that this is that this number here is this ma'dud here is mudhakkar, and this also, this ashara, you can see there's no ta marbuta, so it's also mudhakkar. But the first juz, it has ta marbuta, so this is mudhakkar or muannath?
مؤنث.
It's muannath. So which part of this number, which part of 13 goes against the ma'dud, yukhalif al-ma'dud? The 3 juz al-awwal or the 1 which is juz al-thani?
الجزء الأول.
الجزء الأول مؤنث ثلاثة, it goes against the kitab. Kitab is mudhakkar. ثلاثة is muannath. So this one, it goes against. It's opposite. العدد يخالف المعدود. الجزء الأول. الجزء الثاني يوافق المعدود. It's the same. مذكر goes with مذكر. Let's take an example with a مثنى معدود. Example, please. Could be anything. دراجة. دراجة. Maybe there's a race happening on my road and we saw 14 bikes.
There's
So
14
don't forget, it's the same thing. The الجزء الأول يخالف المعدود. الجزء الثاني يوافق المعدود. So here your معدود is it مذكر or مؤنث?
مؤنث.
The معدود is مؤنث. So which part of 14 is going to be مؤنث? The 4 or the 1?
مؤنث الجزء الثاني.
The الجزء الثاني. So you will say أربعة عشرة دراجة. I put a sukoon on that sheen very big because I want you to notice that there is a sukoon when it comes when this word is mu'annath and there's a sukoon. But when it's mudhakkar there's a fatha. Ashara. You say ثلاثة عشر كتابا. Don't say ثلاثة عشر كتابا. No. Say ثلاثة عشر كتابا. In this case you say أربعة عشرة كتابا دراجة. أربعة عشرة دراجة. Is everyone okay with this?
no.
Does anyone have an issue with this? It's the
No.
wrong question to ask, right? Teacher shouldn't say, do you understand? Everyone just says yes. Does anyone have a problem with this? Or in actual fact, practically it's difficult to go over it again. This is indeed revision of the numbers. But if you do have an issue with it, watch the recording inshallah a few times. Okay, I'm hoping I'm making it easy to understand rather than complicating it more. And with practice, bi'idhnillah, you will see how this all shapes, inshallah, and with the examples. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. طيب. We've dealt with 13 and 14, but you do recall over here, I had separated number 12. And number 12, the reason it's complicated, the reason it's separate from those numbers is because it's only with number 12 here. The reason it's different is because al-juz al-awwal, the whole, in actual fact, the whole number yuwafiq al-ma'dud. So if you say, for example, what was the examples that we had? We had kitaban. And we also had darajatan. And you want to use the word 12, we already know that juz athani is going to be muwafiq. Ashara. And we know this one is going to be muwafiq, it's going to be ashrata. We know that because in these numbers the second part is always muwafiq. But with the case of number 12, then it's also muwafiq. So you will say ithna ashara kitaban. You will also say ithnata ashrata darajatan. You think that's it? That's not it. That's the easy part. But what happens if you say nadartu ila? You use harful jar. Yeah? Or you want to say ishtaraytu. and it becomes مفعول به. اشتريت or رميت, I threw away. For example, you threw away 12 books of Ahl al-Bid'ah. رميت. This 12 becomes مفعول به منصوب. Or with حرف الجر it becomes مجرور. What do we say on this page, page 5? We said مبني على فتح الجزئين. You say أحد عشرة, you say ثلاثة عشرة, you say أربعة عشرة, even if there's حرف الجر before it, it will never become kasra. الجزء الأول will never become kasra, but in this number, it will change. You will say اشتريت, I purchased. اثني عشر كتابا. Why? Because الجزء الأول is not مبني. الجزء الثاني is مبني only. الجزء الأول is not مبني. And in this case, you say, for example, I saw 12 bikes. رأيت اثنتي عشرة دراجة. اثنتي عشرة دراجة. Yeah. طيب. What would we say about number 12 now? Number 12, a few rules. Let's think of some rules about number 12. What can you tell me? Tell me what you know about number 12. Tell me one piece at a time, in any order. Let's let each person take one thing about number 12. What can you say?
يوافق.
Barakallahu feek. So, al-juz'ani yuwafiqani al-ma'dud. Both of the parts of the number, they agree with the ma'dud. Mudakkar, mudakkar, mudakkar. Mu'annath, mu'annath, mu'annath. That's one rule. So, al-juz'ani yuwafiqani al-ma'dud. Okay, give me another rule. Fadal Saqib.
الجزء الثاني مبني على الفتح.
بارك الله فيك. الجزء الثاني مبني. Which means the الجزء الأول
معرب.
is mu'rab, is not mabni, it changes. الجزء الثاني مبني فقط, only, which means the first juz is not mabni, it changes. It can be with alif, it can be with ya. Another rule, any more rules? الجزءان يوافقان المعدود. الجزء الثاني مبني فقط.
الجزء الأول معرب.
الجزء الأول معرب, which basically is, that's what it necessitates. So الجزء الأول يوافق المعدود. الجزء الثاني أيضا يوافق المعدود. الجزء الأول يتغير أو معرب. والجزء الثاني مبني. خلاص؟ جيد. Back to where we were over here. And now it's time to tell you that there is a special circumstance with Ahad al-Ashara. Because Ahad al-Ashara He's got his feet in both places. Sometimes he behaves like إثنى عشرة, and sometimes he behaves like ثلاثة عشرة إلى تسعة عشرة. What do I mean? أحد عشرة is always مبني على فتح الجزئين. أحد عشرة is always مبني على فتح الجزئين. Okay, we know that. But it's مبني like the others على فتح الجزئين. But what's the difference? The difference is you have two numbers. You have أحد عشرة and you have إحدى عشرة. So أحد عشرة is مبني. This will go with the ma'dud, which is مذكر. Yusuf alayhi salam, what did he see? إني رأيت.
You see 7 stars and 7 moons or something like that?
نعم.
I was just reciting that the other day too.
ما شاء الله.
11 كوكبا.
He said
11 كوكبا.
بارك الله فيك.
Yep.
He said, ayah number 4 in Surah Yusuf. إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبتي إني رأيت. That's فعل and فاعل. So the next word has to be مفعول به. He said إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا. أحد عشر كوكبا. 11 stars. And he said أحد عشر. This is in the position of being مفعول به, but it's مبني. It's مبني. إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. Look.
Yeah.
So here أحد عفوا, the word كوكبا, كوكب is مذكر. And this is also مذكر. And this is also مذكر. And let's take an example with إحدى عشرة. I don't think there's an example like that in the Quran, but you can put any ma'dud there. مؤنث معدود إحدى عشرة, for example, cows. Or let's make it interesting and say chickens. I don't know why that's interesting, but دجاجة, because they move around, they're lively, they're energetic. دجاجة إحدى عشرة دجاجة.
Either is that or you're hungry, seems like it.
I think it's both. Okay, well, I will not hide from you. It's both. I suspect I'm going to have chicken straight after Salat al-Isha.
Yeah.
Although bakara is also not a bad option for a hungry man. So as you can see here, دجاجة, this is مؤنث. And إحدى, this is مؤنث, like the word أخرى. Yeah? Like, yeah, because alif is alif maksur. It gives the indication of مؤنث. And like some names of some female names, Salma is with this alif maksur. Salma, Salwa. These names, they have alif maksur. This ya shape, alif maksur. And Fadl Akhi, someone raise their hand. Tafadhal. Was that Ilyas? Someone raised their hand. You got the mic, yeah? If you want to ask something. So, ihda is mu'annath. Ashrata is mu'annath. So as you can see, 11 is like 12 in some things. How is it like number 12?
يوافق both جزء.
الجزآن يوافقان المعدود. الجزآن يوافقان المعدود. Both of the sides of the number, they are the same as the ma'dud. Mudhakkar, mudhakkar, mudhakkar. Mu'annath, mu'annath, mu'annath. That's the same as number 12. But how does number 11 differ from number 12?
مبني جزئين
Is mabniyun ala fathil juz'ain. Barakallahu feek. Is mabniyun ala fathil juz'ain. Whereas ithna ashara is only mabniyun al juz' al-thani is mabni. Juz' al-awwal is not mabni. So number 11, it's the same as number 12 when it comes to al-muwafaqa. Al-adad yuwafiq al-ma'dud in every sense. It's the same as 13 to 19 when you're talking about mabniyun ala fathil juz'ain. Is that good? I'm hoping that this explanation so far it helped us to understand something about the numbers and I haven't complicated it more. Is it possible, Akhi Ustad Muzammil, to bring this same sheet back next lesson? Is there a way to, because I said that there's four, we're talking about 11 to 99. Yeah? And I said 11 to 99 is in four sections. Number one, we're talking about is Ibn Ashar. Number two, we're talking about 11, 13 to 19. Number three is talking about the 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the number four is speaking about the numbers in between, 21, 26, 27, 32, 34, all the different numbers, up till 99. We will speak about number 3 and number 4 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala next lesson. So this we'll be able to speak about next lesson inshallah. I'm hoping that we'll be able to have this same sheet with us. I might even be able to download it and then recreate it on that day bi'idhnillah. Tayyib, we'll stop there. Jazakumullah khairan for your patience and for your attentiveness and for participation. والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I've just noticed that I wasn't not paying attention to I was so engrossed in this board, I didn't pay attention to the contributions via chat. So I apologize to everyone who typed something and I didn't acknowledge. Samihuni. Yeah, it was that chat box was actually closed. I just noticed it now. There's quite a lot of contribution there from you all. Jazakumullah khair. So let me see how we can save. Yeah, save as saved as PNG. Oh, great. Save whiteboard as PDF. Do that as well. Save as PDF. Great. So it's saved. Hopefully you'll come back with us inshallah next lesson. Akhi Ustad Muzammil, you want to stop the recording, yeah? Because it seems like I don't have the option to do it this time. I'm not able to stop the recording.